7:30 on December 20th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Roush?
Here.
Treasurer Hart?
Here.
Trustee Blackstock?
Here.
Trustee Knotts?
Yeah.
Clerk Matei here? And, nope, okay. Trustee Richley absent and Trustee Babel absent.
Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Moving in the approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or deletions to the agenda as presented? I have two additions. New business 5, the annual MDOT right-of-way permit resolution, and new business 6, the annual Sinclair County Road Commission right-of-way permit.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the additions.
Support. We have a motion of support to approve the agenda with the two additions. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Agenda carries. Moving into the approval of the minutes in the packets.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Support. We have a motion of support to approve the minutes as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. All right, minutes carry. We have a presentation, guest speaker tonight, Park Commission Chair Sarah Blackstock. Yeah. That one puts you on TV.
Hi, I'm Sarah Blackstock. I am the chairman of the Parks Commission. We're here today with Deanna, the park manager, to present on the National Fitness Foundation Fitness Court. Deanna had filled out an application. It's a complicated 11-page application to start the grant program for this. And she was awarded the first grant of $30,000 to start the fitness court. I did give you two written papers, and you should have received in there. One was a resolution by the Parks Commission to accept the grant and to move forward. One of the reasons we're here is we don't know if we need to have it, say, the Parks Commission and the Township Board, or two separate resolutions, or if ours is going to be fine with it just being approved and accepted by us. When we talked to the National Fitness Foundation, they just wanted to make sure everyone was agreeable to moving on with the program. But first and foremost, we're not asking for any money. This is all funded through the National Fitness Program. You get the initial grant, and then they help you. They have two other grants, the Priority Health Insurance Grant, and then the annual Healthy Community Grants. So once you get the initial $30,000 grant, they help you apply for the other two because it's within their program. Then they help us with whatever is left over, finding sponsorships. So one of the pages I printed today shows some of the sponsorships that they assist with. So they're national level sponsorships. So it's Coca-Cola, Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart. They have UC Health and Florida State University. Obviously around here we would be doing Ascension Health, St. Clair Community College, Macomb Community College, maybe Oakland. One of the athletic commissioners at Oakland University is highly involved in this program as well. What this is a 32 by 32, 1,024 square foot training area with 30 body weight training components with the ability to hold 28 people at a time. She received the grant, and then we received a Google folder that has 6 subfolders in it that basically walks you through the whole process from start to finish. And they basically hold your hand the whole way through. So our next step is attaining the other 2 grants with them helping with available corporate individual sponsorship, advertising, how to use their app, because there's an app that goes along with it, so people can, download it, and then they follow through, kind of like a Peloton, but for the court. Ambassador training, they have people, could be the head of athletics, let's say at Sinclair Community College, or Mr. McPherson from Marine City High School. They would train them how to be a ambassador, and they would be doing demonstrations on the first day. And then they set up for a launch day as well. It's a very tight schedule. I don't know if you saw in the form that we handed out. They wanted 90% of it accomplished by the end of March, with the finishing at the end of May. And when I was talking to them, because I personally think that's a little tight, because a lot of the businesses in our area, I feel, would already have who their sponsorships are going to be for next year. So they said if we get it rolling, they can table it for, as long as it's approved, into the next fiscal year. Right now, there's a total of 250 courts nationwide. They want to have 1,000 by the end of 2022. The closest one that's by us is in Marysville. I don't know if anyone even noticed it. When you're coming to or from going to Port Huron, next to the Linwood, they have the skate park and the new soccer fields, and then one of these courts. So if you'll see on the one side of it, all the sponsorships are advertised on the back side, and then all the individual sponsors are on the front side. I did bring another printout if you guys would like it. It shows the court on one side, and then the program list, the way they have it detailed out. Program summary, they call it, with all the 6 steps to get it going. So we just wanted to come here and present, and I would show appreciation for Deanna for going out and getting this grant and following through, because this is a nationwide program. It's not just a Michigan program. So we've obviously approved it and accepted the grant on our end, so we wanted to present it to you guys, and also ask the question if you think that that resolution that's included needs to be from both the Township Board level and the Parks Commission level?
I would say
Or
yes.
just the Parks Commission?
I'd say both.
Both?
Yep, for sure.
I didn't see a resolution.
So
No.
this, they're on the back of the sheet that we got in our packet, it's got the milestone 1 adoption summary, commit to project adoption, confirm matching funding. Is the matching funding where you would go out and seek donations and support like that? Is that what the matching funding?
Yes, they have
Talking
the other
about-
two, there's up to $80,000 in grants.
Okay.
The whole project cost up to 110, so it's that other $30,000 that we would be getting through the sponsorships.
Okay, that we would have to seek ourselves
What's
as a
that?
township. The township, our group would go out and seek these sponsorships?
No. We would do it.
Well, I mean,
Through- with
the
the
park.
Yes, with the assistance of the National Fitness Foundation.
Gotcha, okay.
They have, in the folders that we have, they have the sponsorship letters by, if it's a local business, if it's a national business, if it's a regional business, like how to present, and they do the initial communication, and then we do the follow-up.
Oh, okay, they do.
So they pretty much hold your hand all the way from start to finish.
That's awesome.
And then we bring them a list of sponsors that we think might really be interested in our community, and then they go through that list and say, we've dealt with these people before, they're a no, these guys are a yes, these guys are a no, and go through it. And then if we have any individual sponsors that we would think of that would even do just like $100, there's a letter in there specific to small business, individual person, like friend type thing, as well as corporate. But they do 90% of the work, or I should say 50% of the work, and then we do the other 50. But they have it all
Their
lined up.
system format?
Yes, and we do a Zoom with them. Right now, it's once a month, up until March, and then I think it goes faster. But it'd be nice to be, on the bottom floor. They only have 250 throughout the whole United States, so we would be 251. And they want to get 1,000 in by the end of the year.
Oh, I got
Wow.
a question.
Okay.
By the township having a resolution to support this, are we committed to cover any shortfall in your donations?
No,
We have the capability of backing out of this up until.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
We have the capabilities of backing out of this completely as long as it's before the equipment ships. So we're not bound to anything.
Because you said max you can get's 80 and the cost of the project is 30 grand more than that,
10.
yes. We are also
which is
looking
you're
into
going to
people,
try to get by donations, sponsorships.
sponsorships, yes.
I'm just saying, if the township signs in on this, are we committed to covering any shortfall of that?
No, not at all. And like I said, they had told me when I said it's kind of a tight timeline for us to get that $30,000 in
Right.
sponsorships,
To raise-
they said that they could back it off to 2023. Like put the program on hold until we had enough sponsorship to make it run smoothly. We've already thought about a couple people too that we know in the community that would do possibly a donation as a sponsorship, like, because we have to do a concrete slab that's 38 by 38. So we have friends or people that would say, hey, can you two companies go in and donate the concrete? So that would be $10,000, lower in the cost.
Oh,
So, but there is no commitment, that's what I wanted to make clear right in the beginning. No monetary commitment, we just need you guys to say, hey, this is a great idea, we want to see it in the park. And the area right now that Deanna had picked is around the corner of the bottom of the sled hill, where, what is it, 17, hole 17 for the disc golf, where the sidewalks kind of come together by the soccer field, the sled hill, and the back, is it before the walking bridge?
If you pull in the main gate, go straight to where the guardrail is, there's the bridge that goes over to the soccer side, and it's right there on the corner. So it'll be right across from our new kiosk that we're installing, our new bike station. So it's kind of like a good junction, plus it's equally centered between 3 separate restrooms.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Any
it sounds
further
great.
questions, or if you want any more information, like I said, we have a full Google Drive. And I did make a copy of this, if you guys want it, I can leave them up there for you.
So I saw it on the video, it looks very interesting.
Yeah.
Very neat.
I think it hits the right age group, because we're putting in the all-inclusive playground, and then we have the older stations that are kind of phasing out because they're for the upper age group, where this fitness court, it could be from teen to older adults, because it's all body weight exercises, and it's as much as you can do. If you can only do a half a push-up, then you do a half a push-up. If you get down, on their little rocky things, then you do 1 or 2. But then there's the super enthusiastic fitness people that would be there, 5-7 days a week, using it and going through.
Because it's universally accessible, and it was already built with 6 feet distance in mind, so it was already pre-designed that way before COVID, so it was kind of a nice design.
Right.
But it's for anybody with any ability to use it, which is what our goal is to try to do.
Awesome.
I just don't know if the board needs to have a resolution. I mean, Parks and Rec is kind of like their own entity.
But they get their money from us.
Right.
We,
But we're not
we
investing
don't
any money
give them
in
their
this.
budget.
They've already received their budget
Yeah.
and for next year, so if it's in their budget, you have no really say
Right, we don't have
over
a
it.
say.
If
what
they're
we
asking
do
for
as a-
money, then you would.
Since the park is on the town, is in township property, that the township does not object to what they are planning.
I would
Right.
suggest a letter of
That's what-
support.
Letter of support, maybe
Yes.
not a resolution.
That's what they just want to make
Yeah.
sure that everyone is on board, everyone had the presentation, and they're agreeable to go through. And I told them, because the Parks is elected, that we could do our own resolution, but I wanted to make sure that we're doing it in the right format, but a letter of support would
Yeah,
probably be
I would say
what's
letter of
needed.
support would be more applicable here.
Okay.
Well, I'll make that motion that we approve approve either Cindy or myself to sign a letter of support. Support.
Support.
So a motion of support. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed?
All right, thank you.
Do you guys want these?
Yeah, I'll take one, yeah. Thank you. All right, so move into approval of the consent agenda.
Nice job, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Deanna. Good job. You too.
If there's no questions, motion to approve would be in order.
So moved.
Support.
Motion and support to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, this meeting, we have disbursements. We have payroll, the amount of $33,576.61. Accounts payable for $64,099.48. EFTs, $12,292.19. E-checks are $302.30. Tax account of $5,077.03. Invoices of $43,356.70, for a grand total of $158,704.31.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills as stated.
Support.
All right, we have a motion to support to pay the bills. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Knotts?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, we will pay the bills. All right, moving into old business one, resolution for establishing meeting minutes of the Township Board for 2022. Be it resolved that the Township Board of East China does hereby establish that there will be 2 regular monthly meetings held by the Township Board for the 2022 year as follows. All regular meetings will be held at the Township Hall, 5111 River Road, East China. Meetings will be held on the first and third Monday of each month, with exceptions for February, July, and September, and shall begin promptly at 7:30 p.m. Dates of the meetings will be as follows. January 3rd and 17th, February 7th and 22nd, March 7th and 21st, April 4th and 18th, May 2nd and 16th, June 6th and 20th, July 5th and 18th, August 1st and 15th, September 6th and 19th, October 3rd and 17th, November 7th and 21st, December 5th and 19th. All resolutions and parts of resolutions insofar as they conflict with the provisions of this resolution be and the same hereby are rescinded.
There was a recent change with the holiday. Is the 17th of October going to be a holiday? I think they called it.
What do you mean?
The 7th.
I don't know, you might want to check, we can go ahead with this, but I think you might want to check the 17th. It's something that came up about Indigenous Persons Day or Columbus Day, and they've turned it into a holiday.
That's not a,
That's on the 10th.
That's on what?
On the 10th,
The 10th, okay, thank you. I knew it was there someplace.
so we should be good.
believe so.
You got one of them fancy machines. Good. All righty.
All right, so,
You're offering the resolution?
yes.
I'll support.
All right, so we have a motion and support to adopt the resolution. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call?
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Knotts?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, new business one, moving into new business here. So we have some reappointments for boards and commissions. So to start with, we have, we'll do them kind of each commission, I think. The ZBA, we have Arthur Peters looking for reappointment for a 3-year term to expire December 31st, 2024. And Herb Blackstock, confirming appointment as planning commission member required, current elected term.
I'll make a motion that we reappoint Mr. Peters and Mr. Blackstock to the ZBA.
Support.
All right, we have a motion of support. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. All right, moving to Planning Commission, we have Herb Blackstock to confirm the appointment as a trustee member, required current elected term.
So move.
Support.
All right, motion of support. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. And last but not least, Sinclair Sewer and Water Authority, John Grabsky, 5-year term to expire December 21st, 2026.
Yeah, John's an old hand at that. I finally got him to agree to come back, so yes. I make a motion that we appoint John Grabsky to the Sinclair Sewer and Water Authority.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a support. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, congratulations to all, mostly Herb. All right, moving into new business too. So St. Clair's River Sewer and Water Authority, the water transmission agreement. So as it's stated in here, the water transmission facilities operation maintenance agreement is set to expire at the end of this month. It was a 20-year agreement previously. We spent a good amount of time going through the verbiage with China and the sewer, the authority, to discuss, things that should be changed since 20 years ago, and this is kind of what we came up with. So I said main points are changing the verbiage on administrative charges to China Township, and considering the 2 water towers as part of the plant in lieu of the transmission lines. We'll be looking to extend this agreement out 20 years additionally to December 31st, 2041.
So there's a separate agreement for the sewer transmission?
Yes, that one's been expired now for a little bit of time, but we're working on that one currently.
Actually, there isn't an agreement for the sewer system because the current one expired in 1996, and that's the one we've been charging them for, unless there was one I don't know about. The sewer system is somewhat different than the water system because our water plant superintendent is responsible for the quality of water no matter where it goes. So that makes it a responsibility, but actual maintenance of the lines is a split between the 2 townships, and this agreement outlines how those costs will be split between the 2 townships to maintain the lines. But the actual quality of the water going through the lines is the responsibility of the superintendent of the water plant. It's part of his license, so we kind of have to watch that. But this is how we fix the water lines and maintain them, and who pays what. The sewer line has nothing to do with the Sewer and Water Authority, the lines themselves. That's just an agreement between the 2 townships. And that's probably something that you need to review because I dug into that because of the argument that was coming up. And the only copy I can find explains all about how the charges for pumping stations would be allocated is expired in 1996. So probably might want to update that.
Yeah, I thought I had a copy that said it was expired in 2012, but yeah, we can review that.
Okay, you found a newer one. Good.
For today, though.
This today is the water one.
Yes.
So you just simply need
Since I gotta sign this thing, I'll make a motion that we approve, the township approves the Second Amendment to the Water Transmission Facilities Operation Agreement as presented.
I'll support.
All right, so we have a motion and a support. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Natz?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries. Ralph will present that tomorrow to his authority board, and China is presenting it to their board tonight for approval as well, so should be able to get it by the end of the year.
What do we do? We gotta have one copy and pass it around, right?
I can sign one
least
tonight
one.
that you can take
Huh?
with you. I'll sign one that you can take with you tonight.
Okay.
All right, new business 3, adopt the ledger amendment. So this is just a accounting item, it looks like, with the, whatever, the chart of accounts.
Yeah.
So, whereas East China Township budgeting and accounting practices require budget amendments to reflect financial
Make the treasurer
activities
read this thing.
and provide the basis for financial controls. And whereas financial analysis of all fund accounts indicates a need to amend the general ledger account numbers and budgets for the building department general fund account. Now therefore it be resolved that the East China Board of Trustees hereby approves budget amendments as follows below and specifically detailed in Exhibit A. Building department inactive number 249-30 will change from $30,968 to $0 for a decrease of $30,968. Building department active number 249-400 will change from $0 to $30,968 for an increase of $30,968.
I'll move for adoption of this resolution 22-2021.
Support.
Yes, we have a motion and a support. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Natz?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right. New business 4. Fourth quarter 2021 budget amendments.
I just noticed, I don't know if that was on the first one.
Oh, 23.
It says
Resolution
present
23.
or absent.
Three.
Yeah. Okay. Resolution 23-2021. The following resolution is offered tonight. Whereas East China Township budgeting and accounting practices stipulate quarterly budget amendments to reflect financial activities during the quarter and provide the basis for financial controls in future quarters. And whereas financial analysis of all fund accounts indicates a need to amend the budgets for general fund accounts, capital projects, fund expenditures. Now therefore be it resolved that the East China Board of Trustees hereby approves budget amendments for the fourth quarter of 2021 as follows below and specifically detailed in Exhibit A. General fund revenues from $18,500 to $237,713. Increase in 219,000 or 213. Expenses from 607,539 to 681,256, with an increase of 73,717. Capital projects, from $0 to $5, an increase of 5.
I'll support that.
All right, we have a motion and support to approve the budget amendments for quarter four, 2021. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Natz?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries. New business 5, the annual MDOT right-of-way permit. So this, the MDOT along with the St. Clair County are just formalities each year. It's just a lengthy read. I'll do one if you're not doing one.
Okay.
Can I do the first one or the second one?
I don't think you, yeah. Go, I'll let you do the first one.
All right. Resolved, whereas the Charter Township of East China, herein after referred to as a governmental agency, periodically applies to the Michigan Department of Transportation, hereinafter referred to as the Department for Permits, referred to as a permit to construct, operate, use, and/or maintain utilities or other facilities, or to conduct other activities on, over, or under state highway right-of-way at various locations within and adjacent to its corporate limits. Now therefore, in consideration with the department granting such permit, the governmental agency agrees that each party to this agreement shall remain responsible for any claims arising out of their own acts and/or omissions during the performance of this agreement as provided by law. This agreement is not intended to increase either party's liability for or immunity from tort claims, nor shall it be interpreted as giving either party hereto a right of indemnification, either by agreement or at law, for claims arising out of performance of this agreement. If any of the work performed by the governmental agency is performed by a contractor, the governmental agency shall require its contractor to hold harmless and indemnify and defend in litigation the state of Michigan, the department, and their agents and employees against any claims for damages to public or private property and for injuries to person arising out of the performance of the work, except for claims that result from the sole negligence or willful acts of the department until the contractor achieves final acceptance of the governmental agency. Failure of the governmental agency to require its contractor to indemnify the department as set forth above shall be considered a breach of its duties to the department. Any work performed for the governmental agency by a contractor or subcontractor will be solely as a contractor for the governmental agency and not as a contractor or agent of the department. The department shall not be subject to any obligations or liabilities by vendors and contractors of the governmental agency or their subcontractors or any other person not a party to the permit without the department's specific prior written consent and notwithstanding the issuance of the permit. Any claims by a contractor or subcontractor will be the sole responsibility of the governmental agency. The governmental agency shall take no unlawful action or conduct which arises either directly or indirectly out of its obligations, responsibilities, and duties under the permit which result in claims being asserted against or judgment being imposed against the state of Michigan. The Michigan Transportation Department, Transportation Commission, the department, and all officers, agents, and employees thereof, and those contracting governmental bodies performing permit activities for the department, and all officers, agents, and employees thereof pursuant to a maintenance contract. In the event that the same occurs for the purpose of the permit, it will be considered as a breach of the permit, thereby giving the state of Michigan, the department, and/or the Michigan Transportation Commission a right to seek and obtain any necessary relief or remedy, including but not by way of limitation, a judgment for money damages. The governmental agency will, by its own volition and/or request by the department, promptly restore and/or correct physical or operating damages to any state highway right-of-way resulting from the installation, construction, operation, and/or maintenance of the governmental agency's facilities according to a permit issued by the department. With respect to any activities authorized by a permit, when the governmental agency requires issuance on its own or its contractor's behalf, it shall also require that such policy include as named insured the state of Michigan, the Transportation Commission, the department, and all officers, agents, and employees thereof, and those governmental bodies performing permit activities for the department, and all officers, agents, and employees thereof pursuant to a maintenance contract. The incorporation by the department of this resolution as part of a permit does not prevent the department from requiring additional performance, security, or insurance before issuance of a permit. This resolution shall continue in force from this date until canceled by the governmental agency or the department with no less than 30 days prior written notice provided to the other party. It It will not be canceled or otherwise terminated by the governmental agency with regard to any permit which has already been issued or activity which has already been undertaken. Be it further resolved that the following positions are authorized to apply to the department for the necessary permit to work within state highway right-of-way on behalf of the governmental agency. Brian Roush, Township Supervisor. Cynthia Paparelli, Township Manager.
I will support that resolution.
All right, so we have a motion and support. Any further discussion? All in favor? Probably have to do a roll call.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Natz?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries.
Written by a lawyer, what do you guess?
All right.
Do we need to do this every year? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
being that it says it'll remain in force until it is canceled by us?
Nope, every year. they
Doesn't
will.
matter.
Okay. You gonna read Resolution 25?
Sure.
Okay, Resolution 25-2021, Performance and Indemnification. Whereas East China Charter Township, hereinafter referred to as the governmental body, from time to time makes application to the Sinclair County Road Commission, hereinafter referred to as the Department for Permits, hereinafter referred to as permit, to construct, operate, and/or maintain utility or other facilities, or to conduct other activities on, over, and under county road right-of-way at various locations within and adjacent to its corporate limits. Now therefore, in consideration of the department granting such permit to the governmental body, agrees that it will faithfully fulfill all permit requirements and will indemnify, save harmless, represent, and defend the department and all officers, agents, and employees thereof, and those governmental bodies performing permit activities for the department and all officers, agents, and employees thereof, pursuant to a maintenance contract from any and all claims of every kind for injuries to or death of any and all persons, and for loss or damage to property and environmental damage or degradation, and from attorney's fees and related costs arising out of, under, or by reason of the presence of the governmental body's facilities and/or its installation, construction, operation, maintenance, or other activities which are being performed under the terms of the permit on, over, and under county roads right-of-way, except claims resulting from the sole negligence or willful acts of or omissions of said department, its officers, agents, employees, and contracting governmental bodies and officers, agents, and employees thereof performing permit activities. Number 2, the department shall not be subject to any obligations or liabilities by vendors and contractors of the governmental body or their subcontractors or any other person not a party to the permit without a specific prior written consent and notwithstanding the issuance of the permit. It will, by its own violation and/or request by the department, promptly restore and/or correct physical and operating damages to any stake, trunk line, right-of-way resulting or arising out of the installation, construction, operation, and/or maintenance of the governmental body's facilities pursuant to a permit issued by the department. Number 4, the incorporation by the department of this resolution as part of a permit does not preclude the department requiring additional performance, security, or insurance when deemed necessary by the department. This resolution shall continue in force from the date hereof until canceled by the governmental body or the department with no less than 30 days prior written notice to the other party. It will not be canceled or otherwise terminated by the governmental body with regard to any permit which has already been issued or activity which has already been undertaken. Be it further resolved that the following position or positions are hereby authorized to make application to the Sinclair County Road Commission for the necessary permit to work within the county right-of-way on behalf of the governmental body, supervisor, or township manager. I move for adoption of said ordinance, or resolution, excuse me.
Support.
There, we have a motion and support.
There's just one thing on the bottom, for the certification, it's got the wrong date. It says December 21st, it should be the 20th.
It also says 2020.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a motion and a support. Any further discussion? Hearing none, a roll call, please.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Natz?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, Motion carries. All right, so moving into, it wraps up new business, so going into announcements. On a township level, I'm sure most people have heard that there was a string of robberies last Sunday night. 3 of our local landscape companies got burglarized. They seem to have been targeting snowplow equipment in parts and pieces, so. Sounds like the state police have been investigating. I'm not really sure how far they've gotten, but that's kind of a bummer in this area.
Those were all in East China, or?
Yes,
Yeah.
Precision Care, Downriver, and
Wow.
Maple Landscape.
No kidding.
Mhm.
Okay.
I guess there's really no other announcements that I have. So move into member comment. Mr. Blackstock.
The only thing I have is Merry Christmas to everybody and hopefully a nice, safe New Year.
Thank you. Clerk Matei.
I will echo trustee Blackstock's sentiments to all our employees and residents, board members.
Treasurer Hart.
Just Merry Christmas to everybody and hope everybody stays healthy.
Trustee Knotts.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got something I wanted to bring up. I was going through the revenue expenditure report, and I ran across engineering fees in the water and sewer fund, which means they're being paid out of water and sewer rates, a total of $150,611 so far this year, just for engineering funds. The biggest one that this board ever approved was $189,000 for the clean water sewer revolving fund, state revolving fund. But we were assured when we approved that the engineering fees would also be paid out of that loan, should it be approved, and it was approved, and we're working on it now. So if any of that $150,000 is from that fund, there should be some reimbursement showing in the same funds to offset them, and there's no reimbursements whatsoever in either one of the funds. So the funds are $150,611 down, which we had not included before, and I was a little bit concerned about that. Also, I can't find any other approvals by this board of engineering funds except for the King Road study, which was $3,700, and a preliminary design of the DPW building, which was about $5,000. And there was a amount, which the number escapes me at the moment, that was we put in for him to apply for the drinking water state revolving fund, which of course we haven't got, but it's supposed to be under the same conditions that if they do get it, that amount of money that was required to go after the loan can be paid for out of the loan. So, but that doesn't count yet because it should not have happened yet. So I don't know if there's been charges against that we're paying already or not. There was also approval for with the DWMM, I call it the lead pipe search thing, but that's supposed to be a total grant. And I asked Travis some time ago to work with Corin about how to do that. That seems to be working, although the numbers don't come out right. We've paid out of the sewer water authority, $8,800. But it does show a grant revenue receipt of about 69. So it's close, but for some reason, haven't got it all back. That particular one is supposed to be at no expense to the township or the sewer water authority at all, going through and getting the lid. I know, because of some of the stuff you guys have asked me to set in on, that we have a couple of meetings that are more or less chaired by the engineer, the asset management and the rates fund. So I don't know how much we're paying for him to do that. I just kind of bring this up. I think this might be something that we should maybe get an idea to the board is, what all are we paying the engineer for
that is not being reimbursed? And two, when can we expect some of these reimbursements, those the things that we are paying for now, out of our own funds? I just think it behooves the board to know a little bit more about it, now that we've reached a total of $150,611 out of our pocket so far.
Yeah,
That's all I have.
I'll look into it.
I just think we ought to look into that. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right. And for me, I guess I just want to say, it's our first full year as a board year. I know we had an anniversary a couple meetings ago, but we got through 2021. Got a lot of stuff coming up next year. And we got through our budget. We got a lot of projects coming up, so should be moving forward in 2022. So with that, I'll say Merry Christmas and safe and Happy New Year to all of our residents and board members and staff. And New Year's Eve, don't forget to root for Go Blue. That being said, we'll look for a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:16.
So move.
Support.
All right, we have a motion of support to close the meeting at 8:16. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Meeting adjourned.